Rustus and Annice and the Tiny Robots Part 2. So the tiny robot had just told Princess Nofta and Princess Araul that he didn't believe them that the moon was made of cheese, and that he and the other tiny robots
and where's Rose backwards?
And the other tiny robots were going to steal the moon. So Princess Araul and Princess Nofta didn't know what to do. So they went back to their books. It's just the two of them right now. They went back to their books and they found a book about space travel. And they decided that what they needed to do was to travel to space, to go to the moon, to take a rock back from the moon to show the tiny robots that the moon was not made of cheese. So they read books about spaceships and space shuttles and rockets and different things. And then they built their own rocket. It took them lots of time, but eventually they were ready to go to the moon. So they got in, they sat down, they counted down, and they blasted off. And they blasted off and traveled to the moon. When they got to the moon, Princess Nofta put on her space suit and took the lunar mod. It's like a car, little kind of like a car that shot out of the rocket ship to land on the moon. And she got out and started walking on the moon, Princess Nofta. And when she was walking on the moon, it was like she was bouncing and jumping, because the moon has less gravity than Earth. But she quickly saw that the moon was definitely not made of cheese. It was just rocks everywhere. So she grabbed a rock, got back in, and headed home. And when they got back to Earth, they got out of their spaceship and took the rock and went and found the leader of the tiny robots who they had been speaking with. "Hey, tiny robot," said Princess Araul. "What do you want? We are getting ready to steal the moon." "No, you can't steal the moon," she said. "It's not made of cheese." "Yes, it is. Stop trying to trick me." "Look," said Princess Nofta. "This is a moon rock. We went to the moon and brought this rock back with us to show you that it's not made of cheese." And the robot saw the rock, and he said, "You're just trying to trick me. That rock is not from the moon, it's just from Arizona." "No, it's not from Arizona," said Princess Nofta. I don't even... Arizona is a state, like California or Utah.
Oh.
I've never even been to Arizona, but I have been to the moon. "Yeah, right, I don't believe you. We are still going to steal the moon and steal your cheese." And he started walking away, but before he could go, Princess Nofta grabbed him, scooped him up in a box, and said, "If you don't believe us, then we're going to take you with us." And they got back in their spaceship and shot back up into outer space and traveled to the moon. And then she put on her spacesuit again, and when she got out on the moon, she took the tiny robot with her. The tiny robot didn't need a spacesuit because it didn't breathe oxygen and was able to adjust to the different pressures easily. And the tiny robot said, "Oh, yum cheese," and took a bite out of the moon. "Ew," and he spit it out. "This isn't cheese, this is rocks," he said. "See, we told you," said Princess Nofta. "Why didn't you believe us?" "I thought you were trying to trick me." "Now will you please leave Yelwar and go somewhere else, back to where you came from?" said Princess Nofta. "We will leave," said the robot. So they got back in the spaceship and traveled back home to Yelwar. And then the tiny robot left, and Princess Nofta and Princess Araul didn't hear about him again. But when the tiny robots left, they didn't go somewhere unheard of or somewhere where they wouldn't cause any damage. They left through Princess Nofta's laundry basket and went to La La Land. And that's the end of our story for today.